but somewhat the usual. So what I'm doing is like for front end applications, there's a lot of like strings that you just have to, or not have to, there's other ways to get around it, but there's a lot of strings that you end up just kind of hard coding on the front end. So what you end up doing is you extract these out into strings files. So like you have these strings XML. So what happens is the operating system itself, you just give it this key, and then the operating system picks out the string that it requires. And what I mean by the operating system is that that's when you start getting into like French strings, or I have Portuguese strings and Spanish strings. I live in North America. That's and I have a lot of Brazilian friends. So, but these are not fully complete. But so and it'll pick the, basically given a key, assuming that the key exists in all the files, it'll then pull out the correct strings as needed. But like that part of coding and programming is, or at least like front end programming is very annoying. Right, so like I have all of these strings, I now need to pull them out into strings resources. I now need to, like if I was working at a big company, I would have to talk with like the translation team. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was kind of confused as to why you asked that. So I'm like, well, I've been working on this for a while. So n8n is let's just do this. So n8n. So it's kind of like a workflow management tool is kind of the best way to handle it. But the cool thing that I have is I have it running on Dante right here on a Raspberry Pi, right? So it really just lets you kind of like trigger with any changes. So an example of what I have is, let's get out of this and go to here. So I can like set up different triggers, right? So I have a GitHub trigger where if any pull request changes or pull request review changes, it then triggers this flow where it will go through this filter. So the filter will make sure that the action that's being called on that pull request is correct. And then it runs a bunch of JavaScript code to actually like pull out that information that I actually need. And then the fun part about what it does is it actually connects to the AI agent that I have running on that machine as well. So, well, it's not running on that machine. It's running on like a Mac Mini that's connected to the Raspberry Pi. Like they have a direct internet connection. And then what this does, yeah, is it just basically like gets the repo name, gets whatever that branch name is, pulls out all the information I need basically at the top here, and then it checks out that branch, pulls the code, and then here's the fun bit. What it does is it takes this prompt, which I've written, which is I still need to like configure a little bit more, where it basically says like analyze the current PR, and then I give it the PR number just for more context, find the raw strings and composables and in these files, because I'll be able to find the files from the previous steps, and then extract them to strings XML using specific formats. I can explain about the formats as well, where I really like contextually naming things instead of naming them by value. And then, yeah, omit sections that are not clear. They're not multiple states. You don't include state, same as screen. It's basically just a customized prompt. And then it creates a PR and pushes that PR to change the initial branch. So my general workflow there that I'm looking to do, the general workflow that I'm looking to do is like me as a dev, Evan, like, and then we have the server is called Dante, so we'll just say that server, right? So really what I'm looking to do here is, so like I push code, doop, push code. And then Dante does like a bunch of work where it's gonna take a look at, I mean, I guess this is all going to be kind of in its own little thing here. But so we have Dante the server, which is then going to reach out to like extract strings. And then this will LM Studio. I guess I should call this just like Gemma 4 because that's really what I'm using there. So I'm just going to make all these a little bit bigger. Yeah, so we have like extract strings and then updated code, and then this will create a pull request. So what I want to do is I kind of want to recreate this flow for a lot of different things where I'll be able to say like push code and then maybe it like it could, I don't want it to write tests, but like ensure that preview data is all up to date, right? And that there's no missing states or anything like that. Or even yeah, just like little analysis things like that where it's work that I don't want to do as a developer because I find it tedious and annoying, but it will be like it needs to get done, right? So that's kind of what I'm working towards here with this pipeline.